everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk about trauma. We understand more than most people, those of us who have DID, about trauma and the effects it has on our lives. However, trauma is more than just bad things happening. Everyone experiences trauma. There's not a person on this planet that won't experience some kind of trauma in their lifetime. The statistics say 80%, but think about it. Your dog dies, you lose your job, your ex-wife, your wife leaves, your husband leaves, there's all kinds of traumatic events that happen to a person. Now, the trauma I'm talking about that causes DID, of course, occurs in childhood, and it is a child's way of escaping the trauma that they're experiencing. Trauma can be very devastating, as we all know, and it can occur not just in sexual and physical abuse in childhood, but also from living in a war zone or being in a war as a child, or other things that can happen to you that just aren't normal, just aren't the average kind of happenings in your life. There are so many topics you could talk about with trauma. And I just wrote a piece about it, and I'd like you to go there to read more about it. It'd be easier than me trying to talk about it. I'm not very good at this. I just do it because I enjoy it. And I really thank you all for visiting my channel. I'm just thrilled that people pay attention to my channel. Anyway, getting back to trauma, I remember the memories that come with trauma. It affects your brain. Trauma affects your brain. And you may not remember what happened to you until weeks or even decades later. Because the parts of the brain that are affected are the amygdala and the hippocampus. And the amygdala translates information like smell, scent, sights, sound into memory to be consolidated in the hippocampus. Now, unfortunately, people with PTSD and CPTSD and DID and these other IDs have traumatic brain damage. Our amygdala and our hippocampus are smaller than they should be. I said that before in other videos. And it's an important fact to remember because there's no reason to blame yourself because you have DID, because you have no control over what your size of your brain looks like. The damage to the hippocampus makes it impossible to consolidate a memory, to put it into long-term memory where it can be retrieved easily. Now, it's put there, but it cannot be retrieved easily unless you're having a flashback or some other event. Or be triggered, of course, by a sight, smell, sound, taste that reminds you of the original event. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about trauma. Like I said, I have more information on my blog, learnaboutdid.com. It's much better than my speaking. I mean, I'm better than I used to be about this, but it's very difficult to sit and talk on a phone and talk about issues that are so close to myself, especially, and to put them online. Anyway, thank you for coming. I appreciate it so much. And I really appreciate your comments, and if you have any suggestions about things you'd like me to talk about, I really welcome them. It's very difficult for me to understand to get together a topic every week, and I would appreciate y'all putting down some information for me. Now, I'll put my link to my blog below, and also my email address, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Bye-bye.